Hey, how's everybody doing? Welcome to Talking Shit with your boys, Sophisticated Jerk, M3, and Wally.
It is.
So, man, today, man, we got some pretty good topics and stuff. So, the first one I seen floating around, I think Gray Pill tagged me in this one. I was like, oh yeah, we got we got to jump on this one. So, this was John Cena and his ex. I guess where they were about to move in with each other. He made Nikki Bella sign a 75-page cohabitation contract before she could move into his mansion. So before we get to the video, man, do y'all think that smart play John Cena was on to something, or you think that's kind of like overbearing, like he's lacking trust with her? I ask you first, Wally.
Lacking trust. I think that right there is very reasonable.
So you think John Cena, he's on point for, getting this contract made before she move in?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Especially
what about you, M3? Oh, go ahead. My bad, Wally.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, like, especially like if you think about the guidelines, like think about it. If you're cohabitating in there, then yeah, it's like just be very specific because it's like because like what? I think the idea like you have someone live there, right? But then like okay, when it's time to kick someone out, I guess that and you signing it, you understood what were the agreements of you staying there and what were the agreements of you if you were to trespass, why you get kicked out. So it's like, yeah.
Okay. What about you, M3?
Now, it depends like what he wrote in contract. But to be honest with you, the average person will think that's too extreme. All the women is going to be like, that's insecurities. But to someone that's like beyond like, rich, that's a power play. And also it's a defensive chess move. Because you want to make sure by the end of the day, you have somebody like live in your mansion and you're used to being like your own bachelor, you got to protect your assets as much as possible. You never know when she's going to flip out.
Yeah, I think John Cena with this one, I think he's an innovator. I think he automatically goes into the Hall of Game, with this player move. Because I never heard of this shit before, a cohabitation contract till I seen this clip. But yeah, because I heard people talk about it before. It's like when, they break up with somebody and they stayed with you for a while, it's almost like, you can't really throw them out. You got to do something as far as like, they're almost like, when you rent out your property to somebody, they have some protections. So yeah, I guess John Cena was like, when I want somebody gone, they got to get up out. You a guest in this piece. You wasn't in a gym shooting jump shots with me. He was like, this is a mansion. This shit is already built. You don't met me at the finish line. You got to follow some protocol. You want to stay up in this piece. So yeah, I think it's smart, man. Yeah, I never heard it before. So yeah, this is the next move, especially like you said, M3, you got money and stuff. It's like, So I forgot, man, it was like probably a year and a half ago. I forgot what podcast it was, but some rich dude like got this chick a place and they broke up and she was like, I ain't leaving this shit. You gotta throw me out. It was floating around for a long time, but yeah, she was like adamant. She was like, I ain't going nowhere. And he wasn't able to like kick her out. You got to go through like a legal process. So yeah, them joints don't want to leave. You especially you stay in some nice shit. They like squatter rights. they gonna treat them like the homeless cats. So you gotta damn near get them like forcibly removed and stuff. So yeah, shout out to John Cena. But let me go ahead and pull up this clip real quick.
If you're thinking about moving in with your boyfriend or girlfriend, you might want to take a page out of John Cena's playbook. You see, John Cena just made his girlfriend sign a 75-page contract before moving into his house. And in that contract, he called her a guest. He said she had no rights to anything in the property and that she had to move out immediately after they broke up. Now, some people might call John Cena a jerk for doing this, but as a real estate attorney, I think he's brilliant. And let me explain why based on the laws in Florida. First of all, by labeling Nikki Bella as a guest and not a tenant, she has less rights to the property, and therefore it's much easier to get her out of the property than if she was a tenant. A tenant in Florida has much stronger rights than a guest does. That's number one. Number two, this prevents Nikki from later on saying that she had sweat equity in the property, that she helped increase the value, that she helped put time, effort, resources, or even money into the property, and therefore she should be entitled to get something back. That's number two. Now, John Cena also wants to make it clear that there is no common law marriage. That's not the intent here. Even though Florida does not have common law marriage, it's still a good move just to prevent that argument from ever coming up. He wants to make sure she has no claim to anything, which was never their intent. And that's what this is about. Asset protection, a clean breakup, protecting his property rights. More couples might want to look into this cohab agreement because I get a lot of calls about couples that break up and it gets ugly. This is a way to save that. If you're thinking about moving in with your...
Yeah, shout out to John Cena on that one. But man, if you look at that, yeah, my man house decked out. Yeah, you...
So he must have did this when they were together because they already broke up.
Yeah, they already broke up. But so they did this while they were together. So yeah, we was just covering it. So that's probably why she left. She's like, shit, I can't get no paper out of him.
Oh no, that was more than that. There was more reasons to that.
But I guarantee this kind of set the tone because you know, I know a lot of, because even, you know, people get pushback with prenups. They be like, oh, you don't trust me if you're going to ask for this. So I know a cohabitation agreement, you know, that probably like built a little bit of resentment. If I was John Cena, I wouldn't care. Like, hey, here's the terms. I ain't about to get taken for nothing.
Yeah.
But I think it's ballsy for him to do it. Because like I said, a lot of times it's always that flip side. Like, oh, you don't trust me? You know, people start applying pressure like that. So that means he's listening to the lawyers. But y'all want to chime in? Sorry.
No, I think like okay. So as you can see, right. So that tells you right there. So they're no longer together. You know. So this was like kind of like something in the past. He wasn't looking at this was going to be like a long-term relationship. He was looking at this as like more like, okay, eventually this woman's going to do something that's going to like mess it up. So let me just make sure that I have everything protected as much as possible. And rightfully so. Like he really did like the ultimate move, like which was smart. And to be honest with you, like I actually like, you know, give him like a lot of respect for that.
So you think he kind of seen some like bad behaviors or something where he's like, it kind of put him on notice. He's like, oh, hell no. Let me, she a little unstable. Let me go ahead, get this agreement.
I mean, he had to see something. I'm for sure he probably saw some possible red flags. And, you know, that's probably like what prompted him to, you know, to sell like a certain, like a contract. It's just the fact that like, you know, he had to do all that. It kind of shows that, hey, like, you know, like trust is not, it's not even important. Like it shouldn't even be like a big factor anyway. But people will try to guilt you out because of like the lack of trust in this person. But in reality, they want you to be gullible so that way they can have some type of leverage over you.
What about you, Wally? You think he probably saw something in her behaviors, or you think he was just smart from the jump?
I mean, yeah, definitely behaviors could be an add-on to it, for sure. Because you know how it is, like if you act out or you do certain things, of course, it would just be something where you'd be like, all right, you know what, look, I've seen everything of you. I've seen all of this. I'm very aware of who you are. I need you to sign this. And that's just what it is. Now, as far as like the trust aspect, honestly, let's be honest. If he knows he can trust you, then it wouldn't need to be there. So just based upon like just who she is as a character, yeah, that came down. And plus, let's be honest, if you know of her relationship after John Cena, you see, even from that perspective, that was ugly. So, yeah, I think this was just a smart move on his head. It's like, he saw it, he still went through it, and this was the safety net at the end of the day. So, hey, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I was just looking up her real quick. And then, yeah, she got married in 22 and divorced in 2024 with her husband. So John Cena was like, let me something ain't right. So it does show like she be struggling with relationships. So my man was like, I love her. I'm gonna let her stay with me. But yeah, 2-year marriage right after John Cena. So shit, he dodged the bullet. Yeah, so that's crazy, man. I guess he was, huh?
And so so it looked like she said she got him for like domestic abuse.
Yeah, so there was so between the two, right? There was a domestic abuse, but come to find out, as the story keeps coming out, it wasn't looking good in her favor. They started to believe that she was lying, and the dude didn't really do what he did. And because of that, also the kid was involved, which eventually I think the dude cleaned up, which he got, I think 50-50 custody or full custody, one or the other.
Yeah, I think he got custody because it said she had to pay him child support or something like that.
Which is why she's back in wrestling.
Yeah, she should have made it work with John Cena. She should have been like, look, I'll sign off. Look, man, I'm gonna be on my best behavior.
She's gonna be on her best behavior. He was too caring of his whole situation. The way John Cena was moving, he wasn't living the life of a typical man was thinking.